Hello everybody. As most of you probably already know, the 1.6 update for Stardew Valley added the new mastery system. And one of the masteries is the combat mastery, which grants you the ability to find trinkets in combat. And these trinkets can be equipped in a brand new inventory slot. Trinkets range from being mostly cosmetic to being extremely useful. Luckily I've amassed a couple. And my favorite one by far is the parrot because it gives you a chance for enemies to drop gold when you kill them. And at level 4 that chance is 40% and that can be stacked multiple times. And I can earn upwards of 60 to 70,000 gold from a single run in a Skull Caverns in one day. And since I got the parrot trinket, I have not used any of the other ones. And this got me thinking which other ones might be good and worth checking out. So I looked up this website, and its list is pretty alarming to be honest. Before I show you this list, I just want to make it clear that there's zero ill will towards anyone who wrote this or anyone who worked on this. A lot of the things are in the correct spot and are ranked appropriately, but two of them are just completely irredeemable. There's zero redemption for where they're ranked. But at the bottom makes sense. You have magic hair gel. It looks really cool, but it's only cosmetic, and it doesn't help you do anything at all. And then, as the second to last trinket, they list, in my opinion, the best one in the game. The parrot egg gets you tens of thousands of gold per day if used correctly. And the other ones will either make you immune to debuffs, which there's already existing items in the game which can do that, or like heal you by like 5 HP every second. And to have this as second to last is pretty egregious in my opinion. Like, it is no way that anyone should ever have the golden spur above the parrot egg. I mean, there can be arguments made that it's not the best one in the game, but having it at 7 makes zero sense. I have no clue how this conclusion was reached. And I read all the descriptions. I'm just not going to read them word for word because no, that'd take way too long, but then at number 5, this makes sense. I mean, even though I love the frog, I think it looks cool, and I have like 10 prismatic frogs and 8 void frogs. They're very fun to collect, but that's about it. They're not really useful because when they eat an enemy, it doesn't drop any loot or give you any XP or anything, and it takes forever to chew, so it's just not really that good. And then at number 4, this is one of the few ones that I did use for a tiny bit besides the parrot egg, and it's pretty good. The magic quiver. It took me like 3 whole days in Stardew Valley to re-roll it though, and like hundreds of thousands of iridium. I just got very unlucky, but it's a pretty good one. And I've admittedly never used the ice rod, but a lot of people say it's pretty good, so I'm not going to contest with this placement. Fairy box, I used that once in the Skull Cavern. It's not bad. It could probably save you some gold for healing items, but at the same time, it's not going to save you as much gold as the parrot pet makes. I'm going to tell you that. And then at number 1, a spot that's just as bad as the parrot egg, I believe, is the basilisk paw. And on the surface, you are immune to debuffs. It sounds pretty good. Until you remember that there's literally like one debuff in the game, which can be countered by either using like a slime ring or having immunity on your boots. This already has existing items in the game for it. You do not need to equip this. It does not help you at all. I have no clue how this is number 1. It makes zero sense in my opinion. And if you disagree with any of my analysis on these, let me know. But I think this article could use some work. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't even be that bad if they just swapped 1 and 7. I think that that's probably, if they swapped 1 and 7, that's what I would have the list as. So the list isn't terrible. A lot of the stuff makes sense, but they have ones on the complete opposite ends just flipped. And it's kind of crazy, to be honest. Before this video ends, I just want to say again that there's zero shade towards anyone who worked on this article. But if you disagree with me about any of my placements or any of my reasonings, let me know. And I'll see you all next time.